So Stephanie Lodge is an angelic shaman and activator, a living light harmonizer, and an emissary for global peace. As a channel for the angelic light streams and Magdalene Council for almost 20 years, Stephanie is also known as a Magdalene mystic and ambassador for the Seraphim Dragons of Diamond Light. She she has been known to spontaneously heal, activate, and accelerate the energy of others via DNA's holographic assembly she calls the halo. She has led the shift from seeing angels so slowly as being outside of us to embodying their frequency as our own sacred nature through various Magdalene mastery practices that she teaches online. Through her platform, angelicacademy.com, she serves as an ascension advisor through the great age of angelic awakening humanity has ever experienced. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie Lodge, honor to meet you.
Thank you so much, brother. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I love your dragon. It kind of looks like the dragon I just met.
Thank
So it's all
you.
yours.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for that beautiful introduction, Flo. And Neil, thank you for putting this together for everyone. It's been an amazing day, a fantastic journey. Marissa just set us up so well for this harmonization. What we're going to do to wrap up this beautiful summit today is really harmonize. And I want to just share a little bit about my experience of dragon energy and the dragons, how they came into being, just all that has meant for me personally as a channel. So just to kind of keep it brief, what I'm going to say is first of all, I had a near-death experience. At the age of 5, I walked off a cliff, literally, and I was activated with this aspect of my seraphim soul. And when that came through, it took about, I don't know, almost 30 years to fully integrate it, so that my body could function correctly. I had a lot to go through to ground in and to get really comfortable being in a human body, because I had this aspect that was always essentially there to serve as a guardian and a grounding agent. So what I mean by that is the amount of light, that we can penetrate into the planet to assist its holographic assembly light organism or organization, what I call the halo, is dependent on how much we're willing to embody and integrate through this vessel. And when we have different traumas and dramas and things of that nature, it can take some time, right? And it's about being gentle with ourselves. But for me, what happened was when I was around 33, 34, I had an experience where a woman said that I was connected to the archangel, specifically Archangel Michael, and that I had a mission, right, to work with them. And I really, at that time, was selling private jets and working in entertainment prior to that and things of that nature. So it wasn't something really on my radar. I had forgotten about my childhood experience. Fundamentally, it had gone dormant, for lack of a better word. And so what was interesting about it was, as I came back online, as I like to say, and I started to feel into these angelic frequencies, eventually Metatron, which I want to talk about Metatron because there's a lot of misunderstanding about Metatron, and Michael both, and eventually Zadkiel came in to harmonize my body so that I could do broader bandwidth transmissions. And what that means is when people come into this form, when we come into our human nature, it's a lot, right? It's very dense. And it's not easy for the angelics, as I call them, those who come from very high stations of light, to come in to assist. It's not always easy for us to navigate this world holding this type of a vessel, this type of denser vessel, obviously. So the dragon energy, when this came in, it was there to assist me in broader bandwidth connection to what you might call source, so that I could really tap into that seraphim aspect and bring that into this planet to support and bring in extra energy, right? Light energy, I call it the living light, hot off the press, right? And so it was interesting because dragons were really not on my radar. I had to get initiated to the angelic and then the archangelic, and then really work my way up, kind of, right? Work my way up frequency-wise to be able to hold more and more light, And I'm going to say this, working as what I call being a light stream or angelic channel like this, it is not for the faint of heart. Sometimes it can be very challenging. There can be a lot of shadow work that's required. I know many of you already know this. And I felt for many years a lot of pain in my body, a lot of sciatica inflammation. For those of you who've had a lot of pain in your body, the light comes in and it wants to move some of those denser elements of maybe your ancestry out. So now what I do as an advisor is I teach people the appropriate steps that I didn't take myself at the time, right? I went through the hard way. So now I've learned, and that's why I guide people through the ascension process. So it's easier for them. So it's less traumatic sometimes and painful. But dragon energy, as many will know, there's the Kundalini, right? People speak of this all the time. I see this as the alpha and omega dragon interface. So what that means is alpha is the masculine, omega, the feminine, and they work in this harmony, right? They work in this harmony and they move through your body down the central axis, this vertical axis, kind of like how you see a caduceus, the medical symbol, okay? And as these energies move up and down the spinal column and the energy body, they are recalibrating every single energy center. I talk about these as, I kind of rename things on purpose. I call these arcs. So what you're working is your archangelic template. You're working your temple that is the light temple. You're working these energies up and down the spine, and you're harmonizing each energy center as you go. Now, for some of you, you'll have really strong, let's say, a solar plexus, right? You have that solar energy coming in really strong. For others, maybe the heart's really expanded, right? Others might find this can get shut down, especially females, a lot of thyroid issues, a lot of things going on here to constrict our voice, because that has been, let's just say, it is coming online through the seraphim. It is coming online through the dragon energies, right? But it can be constricted because it's very powerful. And our word is law, right? Every human being, when you really tap in and you're aware of the presence of who you are and the angelic nature of who you are, which I mean the quantum nature that is networked through all time, space, and beyond, and you tap into that substance, the immortal, eternal nature of who you are, you carry greater responsibility of how you use that substance. And sometimes that is being abused because people just don't know what they're playing with. So this will get constricted. So this gets liberated as we become more aware of how to use it, right? And I feel that right now humanity, again, is coming into a greater balancing of the masculine and feminine, because there has been great imbalance here on a lot of belief levels. If you look at most of the Abrahamic traditions, you look at most of these patriarchal traditions and belief systems, maps of consciousness, I like to call them, we have been programmed to follow a certain routine of how we exist as humans. And right now we are like breaking out of that. We're breaking out of this restrictive nature. And I believe the dragon energy is coming in to support us. Now, how I see dragons and how they came to me, I want to share. I was in a group. I was facilitating, kind of in the background, a woman who was out in the world, and she was very, excited to be doing the type of work she was doing. But I would just say she was a little bit over the skis, or not quite ready for prime time is a nice way to say it. And I was a little concerned about what she was about to do. And I got the, my counsels came in and they said, "Can you please go assist?" I said, "Sure." And I need backup. So I called a sister in, and we both went into this group. We're just kind of in the background, kind of holding space. And sure enough, there was an opportunity where she decided she wanted to go in the China grids. And I went, "Oh boy, this is going to be interesting." And I felt a little bit, of trepidation about that. I didn't feel that that was really safe and appropriate for the group, because there were so many newbies. It's about 65 people. It's a large group to bring into that grid. Let's just say I was a little concerned. And suddenly Archangel Michael comes in and he says, "Call in the Diamond Dragons." I said, "Who?" "Call in the Diamond Dragons now." Like, really very kind of like, do it. And that's not normally how I communicate or get communication from Michael. So I took it seriously. I called them in. I told everyone else to call them in. And of course, many mystics in the room and psychics and so forth, clairvoyants were like, "Oh, they're so pretty." They saw them all. And I, meanwhile, hadn't worked with dragons yet. This was many years ago now. I hadn't worked with them yet. So I didn't even know what we just activated. I just knew that I trust, right? So from there, what was interesting was the Diamond Dragons then came in again. I was speaking to a girlfriend of mine, and they came in through what I call a halo key. Now, a halo key is something I work with that has to do with the numbers of source code. So 777, which I'm wearing a 777 today, 777 would be the kind of upfront, obvious, let's call it, number code for the seraphim, the dragon energies, these very highly pure, potent energies. Think of it like a lightning bolt at the bottom part, right? And hitting in and very impactful. And I see dragon energies very elemental in that force of like lightning, thunder, storming. And there they are confirming that. So what I'm going to say is that energy, right? The energy of the dragons of the 777, though, what I know in the consciousness that we're currently in is that we are working with that number doubled. Okay, so it would be 777, 777. So this was the number I received for these diamond dragons. And I called up a girlfriend. When I got this download, I called up a girlfriend, and she had been in that original group. And I said to her, do you remember the Diamond Dragons? I called them, and she said, yeah. I said, well, I just got their halo key, and I told her what it was. And she said, well, I'm not in Austria right now. She lived in Austria. She says, I'm actually in Slovenia, in the city of dragons, standing on Dragon Bridge in this very moment. And I'm looking at a statue of a dragon, and on the wall it says 777, the number of the dragon. So as you can imagine, that got my attention because I really was very much aligned to the archangelic, right? But what I came to learn and what I came to remember truly was the importance of working with the dragon energies. Now, diamond dragons carry very specific tone. The diamond is a 33, diamond dragon together is an 11, so they are gatekeepers. They manage the lock and key kind of gates of the universe. They are source dragons. They are what Diana Cooper would call source dragons. Same, just different name. And they do govern the alpha omega systems, which would be the call and response, the cause and effect, the masculine, the feminine, the harmonics, right? The general harmonics, which I see those dragons running really under the 888 elements, right? Abundance, everything in creation, always coming forward, right? And how much are we going to receive? What do we request and what do we receive? So this is the exchange, right? So as I, at that moment, got that message very clearly, like, yes, please pay attention. You are to work with us. Please call us in more, please, just, it wasn't just a one-hit wonder kind of situation. And I got the message clearly. So from that point forward, I really began to connect more with the dragons. And what was interesting about it was I see everything as archetypal in this way, right? So when you think of these majestic beings, like these broad, ginormous beings, right? I feel that they are massive light streams, right, in the cosmos. And we tap into them because they are the network, ultimately. So when you think of them as that quantum network, you can tune in depending on what you want to tune into, right? You can utilize their energy to up-level your own archangelic temple, right? Your template. Bring your arcs into a higher vibration, right? When you're feeling really low energy, call in the dragon energy to really boost. I kind of see them as amplifiers and boosters as well. But there's so many ways to interpret it because fundamentally it is creation. It's the governance of all creation, okay? Again, I can only share with you my understanding and my inner knowing or comprehension of this. I tend to speak very much about the science of spirit, right? My job when I first came in, this was prior to Doreen kind of exiting. So my job was to bridge us into what they were calling the angelic arts and sacred sciences and to explain how we connect directly to these frequencies, how we embody these frequencies. And the halo method is one element, which is about tuning into your own specific domain, let's call it, what you govern, what you're responsible for. And when the dragons then came in, it was like a whole other level, right? And I do feel that they come in more and more now because more and more people have been doing the work. More and more people have been working on their own personal ascension. They've been doing the shadow work. They've been doing the work to heal their traumas, their childhood wounds, all the source elements as well that are coming in from what I call your network. And your network is, where do you exist somewhere in the multiverse as a master of light, as a universal teacher? Maybe you're a world guardian. Maybe you are an angelic or an archangelic. Maybe you are existing, in some other capacity on any of the galactic spectrum, right? What people would call the cosmic galactic. So there's so much to you. There's this version of me called Stephanie, and there's the network of me. There's all that I'm tapped into and connected to. So that's what I really am here to explain today, is the majesty, the noble nature. What the diamond light represents is really the ascension frequency. What it really represents is the very specific frequency that is here now on this planet, which many have tapped into for a while, that is capable of holding all frequencies, right? It's like, I call it the multivitamin L, right? It's every bandwidth of light, ultraviolet to violet, everything in between, invisible and visible, all of it. And when we tap into these spectrums, wherever you feel a void, wherever you feel deficient, right? Whether it's a self-esteem issue, soul confidence, something of that nature, or whether it's your body that's just tired. This is the energy that I always go to first. I'm like, let's just get the diamond light running. Let's see what it can start to resolve, right? And the dragons fundamentally are governing that, right? I feel that I have a few here I want to show you. So I work with crystal skulls. I'm going to see if I can do this with them. So this is Terra. It's a terahertz dragon. I'm going to try to get it in my frame because of the back screen. So this is a terahertz dragon called Terra. Let me see if I can turn it sideways. Can you see it? Okay. And this is a very traditional dragon carving, but terahertz is one of the frequencies right now that I wear terahertz. I very much align with to assist us in improving, getting us more energy. Because in case you haven't noticed, the world is feeling a little denser than normal. So everything we can do to kind of amplify and boost our energy field is great. Now, the thing about terahertz is it helps with your blood systems, okay? It can help get your blood moving a little bit better through the body. It also is really good mitigator for EMF. So I keep this terahertz usually somewhere where any Wi-Fi is running. Now I also have this one off screen. And I just like to bring them in because I might cancel today. Now this one's more of a titanium coated terahertz dragon. This is Titan. And Titan kind of just reminds me of, like, you can think of the Titans, right? These energies, these strong energies, rainbow frequencies, these strong energies of light. And for me, when I honor the dragons in my life, I am honoring the highest, purest elements of light, the strongest, most integrous, most potent elements, right? This is Leopold lepidolite. I don't know if it's like kind of purplish. And he keeps kind of, I don't know. So the reason I bring them in again is just because they are reflecting agents. I work with ancient crystal skulls as well, and I've worked with the Mitchell Hedges, I've worked with others, but what I love about the dragon skulls as reflecting agents is to tap into the vastness, the massive elements of light that we really are. And that is the part where I feel the most important message that the Magdalene Council has been telling me for many, many years now, Yeshua and Mother Mary and Miriam. We so underestimate the power and the impact that we have to transform the holographic assembly of this planet as a collective. Part of what I do weekly is have a group that does this. We do this, we anchor this light, and I invite any of you to consider being part of that, because what we do as the universal protectors and guardians of the frequency itself, because really everything starts as frequency first, no matter what, before it becomes story, before it becomes imaginings and anchors into this environment we call Gaia Earth, it is a frequency, it is a vibration. And we have a power and an opportunity more than ever before through the awareness of it to tap into that first and work from that level in, versus trying to disentangle and wrap ourselves through all the sludgy stuff of consciousness that's been here for eons, right? So many of us give authority to what's gone before us, and it doesn't mean we can't have reverence for that. But my job and my main universal message as a channel of light is to say, this moment of now is the most important moment in your life to go forward, right? That's the idea. So what are we bringing in now? What information can we bring in now, and how clear is it? And that is really the job of each individual, to do the work, connect, purify, cleanse, to get the heart open and resolved, to go into feelings of trust and that fire of faith, to be able to have greater impact, so that your word is law and it has impact into the system, has greater authority, angelic authority, than the person who has zero clue that this aspect of them even exists, right? So that is my main message today in working with dragons, right? Dragon energy is a very powerful frequency. It is something to be held in deep, deep sacred reverence, in my opinion. It is something to really feel your way into gradually sometimes, right? To be gentle on your body with. And then as you can gain more confidence and you can like really feel into that, you'll receive more and more. How I did it was working with what I call the angelic soul keys. I actually initiate these for people. There's a whole 72-day journey with 72 of the angelic dream keys, and this is to become a dreamer of reality, to dream awake new reality. We become the dreamers. We become the keys to unlock ourselves from all of the matrix energies that people always like to complain about, but we create it the more we put our energy investment into it. You are the greatest currency. Your consciousness is the greatest currency there is. And that is what dragons remind us to do. If you think about dragons, you think about the wisdom, right? Dragon wisdom. You also sometimes will see them as an archetype of guarding treasure, the angelic treasure. And this treasury, this library, this substance of light is all the information available to us at any moment when we're fully firewired, plugged in. And we're all capable of doing that to some degree. And my job is just to say and remind you, yes, you can. And you have full permission to start doing that, right? Okay. I want to bring you into an experience. I don't know how much time I have left. I think we started late, so I'm going to assume I still have more time. So I'm going to bring you into an experience of aligning your light to the harmonics of the diamond dragons. Now, I want to remind everybody, diamond dragons, I kind of see them as coming in from even beyond the Andromedan sector, okay? As far as like if you were to think of where they're sourcing from, they're very pure light. And they're holding a broad bandwidth, like they're kind of like the container for everything in a way. So what's interesting about diamond energy at this level and the diamond dragon frequencies are they can open up and activate your DNA to elements of yourself that you might call supernatural. Okay, and I just mean your network opens up and expands. So you might find yourself connecting to an aspect of yourself that has great amounts of wisdom. You might see it as a dragon, that's fine, or seraphim angelic, or any type of archangelic. You might see it as something else. However you choose to see it, that is your subconscious symbol, right? Remember, the subconscious reads 60,000 times faster and more potently than anything that you're going to, like, well, it reads an image, I should say, faster than anything else you're going to throw at it. So image is extremely important. This is why film is so powerful. So if you can put yourself into your imagination and you get into that station, right, of imagination, whatever wants to pop up for you, I recommend doing your best to kind of just acknowledge it, move through and keep moving, but acknowledge it and know that any of these are like little tokens of like, okay, this is going to connect you and this is going to connect you, and whatever comes up in your imagination as symbols that have a feeling to them, right? That's how you discern between what's just data dumping out, cleaning out the what do you call it, the spam folder, right? That is going to just feel like chatter in the mind, right? I'm talking about impactful frequencies and images. Maybe it's light, whatever it is, pay attention, let it go and just continue moving through, but pay attention as you feel through this journey, okay? The reason for that is because those will serve as your own personal forms of activation for yourself. So whenever you want to activate your own angelic, your own dragon energy, right? We all have that within us. You have that ability to harness it. So for instance, I have another dragon story really quick. I was heading to an event, and a girlfriend of mine who I had activated many moons ago, she had the flu. And this was early on in my dragon part of my career, if you will, like when I started connecting. And she said, Stephanie, I have a message for you, and they're telling me I have to give this to you now. And it's the name of your dragons. Now, anytime you get dragon names for yourself, keep them to yourself, okay? It's very important to do that. Don't go telling everybody your dragon names. But she told me she happened to get them. I wasn't looking for them. I wasn't looking for my own personal dragons at the time. It just wasn't, right? So she came in and she said, now, normally when I get people's dragons, maybe 2, 3 dragons, maximum, I think I saw 5. You have 7. She's like, I don't know what you're here to do, but you have 7 dragons. Like, oh my God. So she starts going through them. And what was interesting is when she got to the 7th one, she said, this is yours, personal. This is like for you. I mean, this is what is governing your system, basically. And I went, okay. And what was interesting about it was a white and a black energy. Like it was like these spiraling energies of black and white, kind of the dragon had this type of energy. So I realized right away it was the harmonic, it was the harmonizing agent of me, because that's something I do, is harmonize. So I'm okay, that makes sense. So today I would like you to experience the harmonizing agent that I am. And what will happen is you will get to entrain, because I'll have give permission for you to come into what I call my halo, to entrain to this frequency so that it can bring you into greater harmonic alignment, light optimization, again, what I call halo as well. Halo works in multiple ways. And that way you can feel greater balance, greater clarity, and whatever you feel might be a little off right now, you can set the intention to bring it into the harmony. And this dragon energy will support you in cleansing, clearing, purifying, and so forth, right? Okay, I just want to check the chat really quick and see if there's any questions or any comments, just out of love for everybody here. Hi, everybody. Oh, I just want to see everybody saying hello. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so thank you for coming live with us. All right, so one of the things that started happening when I started connecting more to this frequency is similar to Marissa. I started to heart sing. That's what I call light languaging now. So my heart would just want to go into tones, and it would want to sing forward these energies. Again, this language is not specific to any one system. People will try to say, oh, it sounds Palladian, or it sounds this. And it's literally, from my perspective, the tones of source. It's literally the diamond light. It's literally the building block agents of all languages, if you will, right? Universal consciousness, universal language. And it just comes from my heart. And I just bring it forward. And in this process, my alignment drops in, my seraphim soul element, and that aspect of me that is connected to these dragon energies drops in. And when that happens, and I'm kind of giving, not a disclaimer, but I'm just letting you know, it is normal to feel tingles up the spine, energy running through the body, energy down into the feet to ground you if that's required, energy out the hands if these need to be activated. Your hands have a lot of formatting potential, just so you know. There's a lot of energy that comes through here. I don't have time to get into it today, but this is part of what we teach in Academy, Angelic Academy. There's so much to the angles of you, right? The light that comes through you. You have a lot of potential to be doing service and good work very easily, just while you're at the market, you know, do what you can, right? Kind of stuff. So anyway, but today what we're going to do is make sure that everybody comes into what I like to call harmonic coherence. And that just means we are going to all as a group, whoever's here now in this moment live with me, and anybody who watches this in the future, because there's only timelessness in the halo, we're going to all come into coherence. And when more people expand into this type of coherence and hold the coherence of peace and harmony within, we will actually experience more peace and harmony on the planet. The reason we're not right now is because there's too many people running out of harmony, right? Their heart's in trauma, they're getting triggered, what have you. They don't have what I call angelic immunity. They're not able to hold a quantum immunity system where they're not getting pinged by everything and pulled in all sorts of directions, because there's a lot of parasitical forces right now running. It says, here, I'm happy to take your energy from you. I need it more than you do. I'm gonna try to hook you and get that from you. And your job is to say, I'm so sorry, the buffet is closed. So sorry, not today, sir, right? Or man. So when we're gonna set up this halo, which I'm gonna do right now, this halo system is a really powerful, potent method of ensuring what you allow for in your container, in your domain, and what are you responsible for, right? So as we go into this process, I want you to imagine this beautiful, sparkling diamond, multifaceted, halo around you. Now, keep in mind, there is zero sacred geometrics to this. There are no angles truly to this. It is spherical in nature. Okay, it is a membrane, it is plasma light. Anything in a geometric format serves as a locking mechanism, if you will, serves as a formatting mechanism. So it's programming in, if you want to see it that way, okay? We are here to be the keys. We are here to be sovereign and liberated beings. So my job is to just take us into that consciousness that says, you are running this beautiful frequency. But I use that concept of diamond because it does lend itself to this idea that you have multiple versions of your network that you are now harmonizing, not just you personally as your identity in this form, but you and everything that is networked and connected to the halo, that interface between all that you are in every dimension, if you will, or every station of light. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, here we go. Just so you know, I'm working with a little selenite. Off camera, I also work with this. This is I call it the diamond. It is a 24-sided Vogel. It's just one of my crystals that I work with, and it works, at the multi-stranded DNA levels. And we're going to start with some harmonics. So there we go. Hopefully this comes through. I know the sound can always be interesting on Zoom, but we'll do our best. So just taking a nice deep cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth or nose, whichever you prefer. Letting go of all the information that has already been most likely fire hosted and just letting all of that information flow out right now. And dropping into your heart. Dropping into the space of your heart, that inner sanctuary in you. And as you drop into the space that is your heart, know that this is a portal, this is a stargate, and an opportunity for you to connect in to the truth of who you are as a multidimensional light being of the highest celestial consciousness. And as you feel into this heart space, what I'm asking right now is to call forward the angelic light streams of all creation to assemble a beautiful diamond halo field around each individual here in this moment of now, and us as collective coherence. Bringing us into this halo field, I recognize the celestial councils of living light. Thank you for being here. And these are your ancestors, your loved ones, all that are here to celebrate you and support you. And there are many here with us. I also call forward and recognize the Diamond Light Nations of Ascension, the Diamond Dragons included, as well as the Diamond Lions, the Diamond Unicorns, and Pegasus as well. And again, these are archetypal keys of aspects of ourselves. I call in the Diamond Dolphins across the cosmic sea to bring us the joy and the playfulness, to lighten us up a little bit. And the diamond whales as beautiful, majestic beings that anchor the library of consciousness, connecting into all cetaceans here on our planet as well. calling in the diamond wolves to remind us that we are here always working in a unified connection, collective consciousness, a pack, if you will. And lastly, the diamond doves of peace. Visualizing these beautiful doves swirling over your head and one single dove dropping through you as a cleansing agent, as a drop of source. Feel its wings flutter through your body as it starts to cleanse, clear, and purify your station of light. I also call forward the Magdalene Council family, Brother Yeshua, Sister Magdalene, Mother Mary, Father Joseph, and Grandmother Anna, as these beautiful emissaries of ancestral lineage come forward. For many of us, we feel that connection to them because they were angelic in their own right as they walked this planet. And they laid the foundation for much of the work that we are picking up today through our ascension process. And as this frequency comes in, this council comes in, you may imagine them placing their hands somewhere on your body, on your hand, on your heart, your head, anywhere that you might feel pain right now. Allow these beautiful healers and emissaries to light you up, to take the load, give your burdens to them. And as you continue to feel these energies assemble, this beautiful halo field is beginning to assemble more and more. I call forward Archangel Metatron, the one that is often misunderstood or misinterpreted. It is a neutral energetic field, truly. The sacred designer and the holder of the frequencies. It is up to us to choose how we choose to work with this field. And therefore, what I know in this moment is I am governing this energy of the Alpha Omega, the Sovereign Feminine, as the Omega frequency of platinum light through Metatron, thank you. And now the masculine, the Alpha frequency of the Sovereign Masculine as titanium light. And as these two sovereign frequencies or sovereign light streams come in, they are going to weave a beautiful braid around a central axis that we run as a rose gold. And the rose gold is being administered through Archangel Raziel, key of Raziel, activating this beautiful downstream of light through your central channel along your spinal column. And as these three sovereign lights braid together, they are reinforcing the strength and the full soul confidence of who you are. The greater angelic immunity, we're asking this to be increased by 1000% wherever safe and appropriate is. So as you feel this frequency run in, we see it expand through your entire halo, that beautiful sphere of light around you, creating a beautiful mesh or filter where we only allow for the highest frequencies and purest consciousness of living light, ultimate love, and immaculate grace to remain within our presence now and always, from this moment into all moments. Through all directions of time, space, and beyond, we see this frequency expand, providing opportunities to cleanse, clear, and release any areas or districts of consciousness, stations of light that are overburdened with a toxic consciousness or thoughts. So we're asking this frequency to expand where necessary for us. Thank you. Beautiful. But first and foremost, in your personal halo, you have this beautiful mesh, creating a beautiful container of vibratory frequency of the highest living light. Feel, sense, know, and imagine beautiful archangels, the sapphire light stream of Archangel Michael flowing in from one direction, Direction will be chosen by your highest authority. As the sapphire light comes in, it is joined by the emerald light stream of Raphael, Archangel Raphael, the key, opening up that current. And as that streams in from another direction, feel the vibrations of Gaia, safety, security, abundance in every way provided for you, by you, through these energies. All vitality, prosperity is yours now. You are the prosperous one. You are the vital one. And as these energies come in, I see, sense, know, and imagine the divine alchemical gold that is Archangel Gabriel's key coming in as this golden light stream. And as this stream funnels through the back of your heart, bursting forward like a sun, it is opening up the first channels of the stargate that is your heart. Feel that energy cleanse, clear, purify, and expand the living light, that central sun of you that is here now. You are here, you are here, you are here, and you are so important. You are in matter because you matter. So as this energy is coming in, it also expands up the central channel and down as well. It will anchor you in a moment, so just allow it to flow up and down as well. And as this energy flows, I invite in Archangel Uriel with the diamond light stream. And as this light comes in again, it is the multivitamin L that is here to supplement you in every way. Any area that you may feel is a little less, it will make more. So expanding this light, these 4 beautiful archangelic chamber holders. We anchor this in to a sea of amethyst light. This is governed by Archangel Zachiel, Lady Amethyst, to serve as the violet and ultraviolet, respectively. These streams are here, the ultraviolet here to reveal and the violet to release. And so they serve as a detoxing agent, simply put. They will serve also as a receptacle for everything you are ready to let go of right now. Any stories you keep telling yourself, anything that equates to I am not enough, I am in danger, something's wrong, anything that you tell yourself about the world is a reflection of who you are. I want you to just think about it as just giant streams of gray light just dumping down into that violet. And that ultraviolet can help you find things that you may or may not be aware of. So we will run that in the background. And this serves as a playground as well between spaces. So we are now floating and hovering above the earth plane. As a collective, we are floating. And we are going to ground to what I call the diamond earth grids. These are the new, not really new, but newly revealed grids that are the original templates of this planet that are now being revealed once again. As we release the old matrix, we are revealing more and more of the beautiful angelic frequencies of diamond earth or sovereign earth. And this is what we lend our light to. So we are going to anchor to these grids. We are going to lend our light to build out as our angelic architects this new playground that is similar to the old in that all the natural born, all that is holy and whole in every way is here, but cleansed, cleared, purified, and released from any toxic energetics. So we are cleansing, clearing, and purifying ourselves, and we are lending our halo into this earth field. And so as we come into harmonic coherence in just a moment, what I would love you to imagine is that you are this beautiful pillar of light. You are holding this beautiful station within your halo field, and you are here to simply allow that light to flow through you, to support this planet in her ascension, to support all beings, great and small, and theirs, including yourself. So as these tones, as these frequencies, as these light streams come forward from my heart to yours, just allow the tears to cleanse away any grief. If that comes up, totally appropriate. Any other feelings come through, totally ride the waves. That's what dragon energy is all about. And just know that you are safe, you are secure, and you are held in the highest vibrations now. Let us begin. Axis and gamut, please. Permission, Granny, thank you. And we rise. Mandara suara hara honduru mare. Hondara suara hara handara suaka ehoarandara. Wandare suara handara. Hundare hiara hiara me. Uara suara. Mandare hare ondare kondare ovara karandara hare ora he morundara suara ira oarindara oarindara Rashani he rukoha tarahani here shoatan Mereti nasua harati kareti shoatanani Makani hitina sukratire karashatine hereti sukarani Mereti nasakari toshara harama Watana pari hereti sua kanamani Heleti wanakishanteni hurakanazatari kinesoteni Uarati shane jaleti nasikanateri kashite Wamakite deli tuana Mateni korati sani, ereti shati korati, ereteni shuatana hati. And in this moment of now, I am blessed to be here as an emissary of light for each and every one of you to rise into the highest vibrations of living light frequency that your vessel can currently hold and is willing to hold on behalf of the collective of humanity and the angelics and all that is seraph and dragon and here to support you in the highest vibrations of living light. I recognize the sovereign light councils of the Seraphim, Ophanim, Elohim, and Cherubim to be present with us now. And through this activation, through this light language, and through the light that is you, I am grateful. So, in this moment, thank you all for being present here for this beautiful summit here today, the Cosmic Dragons. I invite you to consider anchoring back into your body now, coming back home, docking back into this local station, taking a nice deep cleansing breath. Thank you, thank you, thank you with such gratitude in my heart for being here. I'm grateful. Welcome back. Thank you for flying, Angel Air. Hope you enjoy the ride.
Beautiful, Stephanie.
Hello, hi, Neil.
Thank you for your
Welcome you
amazing
guys back.
transmission. I just felt your frequency, just your presence, and just the way you're delivering it all just was penetrating my soul. So thank you so much for just bringing that and really just kind of just bringing the whole event full circle with what you just gave us. So appreciate it.
You're so welcome. So welcome. And I just want to say, if anybody resonates with this work, you can find me at angelicacademy.com and at the Hug Angel. The Hug Angel is a personal mission of mine to bring this beautiful being. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Yeah, I think you might have. Something to this effect
Oh,
out
nice.
into the world. So she's coming next year. We were going to try to get her in this year, but she's coming next year. So I am grateful for everyone to just connect with my heart, and at the Hug Angel is the best way to do so on Instagram and anywhere really.
Beautiful. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Flo. Thank you so much for hosting us.